If the inventory looks a bit unusual, it's because I was making placeholders for testing some stuff. Basically, what is going on is I'm trying to see if a 12:2 ratio is workable over an 18:3 ratio. It's okay to say you're UIM. Like, it's like not even a UIM thing right now. I need to hold the thoughts in my mind, so I'm gonna jump right into it right now. So, late stream. There's no schedule. It's whenever. Okay. So here's the recap starts now at the beginning. Here's what's going on. Normally, we are casting the spell Super Glass Make to make glass without a furnace. Super Glass Make, when you have giant seaweed, consumes one giant seaweed. If and only if you also have 6 buckets of sand. How the hell do you get that much sand? You mine it in the desert and put it in a machine, and then you pay to get it out. I think I have like 18,000 more sand sitting in the machine. So this ratio of supplies right here is what I've been doing the entire time doing dorbs. When you cast Super Glass Make, right, it does do a random amount. Buying the sand you just mined in the desert that is full of sand is the worst trade deal of all time. Yeah, Sandra is kind of a scammer. So I've been doing an 18.3, and there is often glass to pick up. When you're bank standing supplies, typically pickup is something you might do if you're kind of short on supplies, but I never do it here at Dorbs. And we did talk about this super early on, like what if I just changed the ratio? And I didn't want to do that. However, I now kind of have a reason to consider it. So here's what's going on. I click the farmer, and I cleared out a lot of the stuff from the farmer. I have the death bank in the sidebar right now. The seed box is empty. I emptied it just so that I could kind of cook around here a little bit. What we're trying to see is how comfortably can I cook herb runs into this, like at the expense of my muscle memory, having done this like 25,000 times. Unironically, I think we're almost at 25,000. So, I'll show you what happens. Here's the testing. So we simulate, like, imagine that these lava runes are a stamina potion. And imagine we add a seed box, and then we add a looting bag. This now leaves me on... Hi Zay, you're just in time for the recap before the recap. I've cooked. I've inspired. The shareholders will appreciate. I think I have found a way to make progress that consumes supplies even more recklessly, which is good for getting us through this. Invest. Buy before... It is risky though, because it might make me sad. But we'll see. Alright. Get a drink. Strap in. Here we go. So, here's what we're looking at, right? I just showed what 18.3 Super Glass Make does, right? So let's just imagine this tome is now on the floor. No, just kidding. This tome is the laws are a stamina. The tome is a seed box, and the boots are a looting bag, okay? So what I'm doing right now is simulating what happens if we rag the inventory by 2 slots, right? So here is 19. Now you might be like, oh, like, what happens? And this is gonna suck, but I'll do it anyway. What happens if we just do 3? 16. So again, super glass mink will consume a seaweed if and only if it has 6 sand to eat. So if you feed it that, it's gonna do this. Like, it'll get to the 3rd seaweed and the seaweed will be like, nope, I can't. Right? Okay. So that is what happens when we have a seaweed knows its worth. Absolutely. The seaweed knows. Seaweed doesn't undersell. Alright, so that is what happens when you try to do a 316. Now, there's another world where I hate this almost as much. Oh god. Okay, come on, brain, you got this. Okay, so imagine, so here's 316. We saw that just doesn't work, and this is a seed box, and this is a looting bag. So imagine, like, those are there. Another scenario is, and I'll just, I hate that I'm doing this, but this would be what it would look like if I come back after a run, and those two are immovable, right? So one option, if you want to get to an 18-3 again, is every time I would come back, let's say we decant the stams a little better. Right now they're on 4s, but you could drop this, and then you could get to your, I'm gonna run over here because I'm still making tellies. You could run over here and then you get to your 18-3. But that'd mean every time I'm dropping the pipe and I'm dropping a stam. Oh. So, I'm gonna show all the scenarios I've worked through. Oh, we're all just out of laws, by the way. I didn't bring that many. I was just testing, so I used up a lot of them, lol. Okay, Alright. Oh my god. Please no. No! No! It's over. It's over if they take the bait. Okay, alright. So, I wasn't a fan of that, right? That was not ideal, but it is possible. It's physically possible. But then... there's another one that I kind of don't want to show, but fuck it. We'll there's no more laws. Lol. Okay, well, work with me here. So, I know I'm making beer, just, you're gonna need a drink after this. Alright, so... if you try to do... This is another one you can try, right? You might think, well, what happens if you just do like 18 in one? So again, the seaweed will only eat 6. It'll only eat 6 of the sand. Right? Okay. So that was no go. Alright, so hopefully that shows super clearly like how super glass make actually works. I hope. Which brings me to Like, what if we don't drop anything, but like we don't drop items every time we cast, but we also get to leave to do herb runs to break it up, and yes, we'll be down 2, but, and I know this was pointed out a long time ago, and I knew this also, but I didn't need to do herb runs and stuff at the time. Being down 2 spaces just means that if we have overflow, we waste slightly more floor glass. But in a world where I have just so many supplies, that's actually good. Like, what we're trying to do is figure out how I can feel okay about having gotten through my crafting supplies one way or another. Like, it's... we don't have to... I'm not in a position where I'm trying to squeeze out all the XP possible. I just need to mentally feel okay about letting go. So, the fastest way to do it is to just bank stand them, but that is, like, not fun, so I don't want to do that either. Alright, which brings me to why I was like, oh my god, wait, what if we just... So, simulated. 12-2. Right? Here's a seed box, here's a looting bag, here's 3 the fucking moon half of key. Loop half of key. Here's a chug jug. Right? And here's God knows what. Maybe nothing. $12.2. Right? And I'll put these on just for... Oh, and the last space, fucking Pog, the last space is Artie Cloak. I was trying to work out how to fit Artie Cloak, so I don't sacrifice my stamp. Okay? 12-2. And, right? Because it's 12-2, there won't be as much overflow, and while the inventory will have fewer orbs to make, I'll be able to make more of them on the way here. The only thing is, I'll need to slightly retool what happens when we get here. I'd probably be dropping Artie Cloak Pipe. No, wait, how would I... Okay, that part I don't know yet. That part we have to figure out. But do you see the vision? If we do this, we can run a 12-2 super glass make, do herb runs on minimal risk, and have little breaks in between. Instead of having, like, massive inertia to set up for. This means you don't have to death bank to dorb. I think this means we can undeath bank to dorb. Like, okay, the question is gonna be this. Whether the 12-2, like the quantity of lamps on a 12-2 feels bad in terms of flow compared to an 18-3. Because 18-3 gave me the consistency I wanted, where every single time I pretty much almost like 95% of the time had a full inventory. That's kind of the downfall. But it's possible that it will generate a flow that feels better and feels like I'm going faster TM, which is very important, because this scenario is not let's get 200 mil crafting. This scenario is not I need all of the XP from all the things I have. This scenario is, oh my god, this stuff has been here for so long, but I also can't get rid of it. And also I want to do other things, and every time we dorb, I just like stop dorming because I am excited about other things. So like what if we did both? What if we did both? So that's I'm cooking. The advanced technology that I haven't gotten to try yet, that I couldn't think of visually, would be, and I'm very used to unequipping items, but I think we can do some more advanced technology with the seed box. If we put shit in the seed box, then I can toggle empty seed box. So if I let's say we put no. We put 2 items in the seed box and I set it to like left click, like click empty fill. And we use the seeds as our items to be our seaweed items. Thoughts? Dude, I've been cooking. Because recently I've been doing herb runs through like virtually every activity, and I was like, no, there's no way we dorb and do herb runs. But I was like, wait, unless I want to escape. Maybe we can escape. So I think, because this morning I wrote out every item I have and how much room it all takes, and I was like, oh shit, I can't like completely undeath bank for mahogany homes, but then that made me go, well, I should dorb to use up the items. Like, what if we also progress farming quest during dorbs? Or are we still dorbing with 23 million crafting XP? Because I have seaweed. So yeah, I want to, the TLDR, I want to try this undeath banked while holding stuff, but not do charter ships because that's cringe. And see if we can mix herb runs into it. And I think that is possible with a 12-to-2 ratio over an 18-3 ratio. And given how many supplies I have, I think it doesn't actually matter. And might even be better for the mental. We can see how this goes. If it doesn't work, then I simply pivot to construction. Is that I was gonna do construction today, but whenever I'm deathbanked, I ask myself if I want to do dorbs or not. And today was like a dorb day. So yeah, that I think it should work. Is how are we Oh, how are we doing these herb runs? They're gonna be scuffed. Okay. Wait. Surely I bring normals, tellies, and start in Valley. And then do Valley into house into altar, and then swap back at the end of the trip, and then pop a telly. That's the technology here. So Artie, it sounded so exhausting. Okay, like I'm in Dorgish Khan, I click ring, and then I click standard. And then I do a herb run normally. Oh god, my filters are there though. Feels UAM. Like... Okay. Fuck. It's fine. What I'm currently thinking is what runes would I want if I was going to do a herb run right now. We haven't committed to anything yet. Where Artie Cloak instead of Graceful, it rags so hard. But all we would end up doing is consume the stams faster, which is kind of W, to be fair, for this oddly specific scenario where consuming things wins and only incentivizes actually leveling up. I thought about that. I was like, oh, but losing the graceful boost is terrible. But in this loadout that I have proposed, I can put the Artie Cloak in the inventory along with everything that I have and have it still work. 90 magic. Okay, like, yeah. Alright. I was gonna say spellbook swap. Yeah, no spellbook swap. It would need to be POH. So like, okay, here's how I normally do a herb run. Artie Cloak. Teleport to house, use Camelot, Telly, and run. Fortis via Mounted Hunting Cape. Fally is Explorer's Ring, which I have. Farming Guild via Spiritry or Box. Karend off of the Glade. Mauritania through Frankenstrain. And then Troll and Weiss Telly's in-house as well. So I'm heavily relying on POH, and I'm typically on the Questscape for that. God, this is like the time when we were like, what if I just didn't level magic and got 99 herblore as my 2k total? And we did manage that, but it was... we skipped the herblore part, or this herb runs part. So really, Laws and Earths... I need to get Laws anyway. I should, at the very least, get Laws and Earths. There would then also be... if we do Law, Earth, Water, we can bake Catherby Tilly in there. Valley Patch Telly to Spirit Tree isn't bad. I mean, I've been doing it all day. Law, Earth, Water. Thoughts? What I'll have to remember is to do this. One of the other things I'm gonna have to do, very annoyingly, is I do a filter on the spellbook to make it exceptionally brain off. One button. Ugh. God, if I switch to standard, it's not gonna show me my tellies, and that's gonna drive me insane. I mean, I guess. And then I click teleport button and go from there. Ugh. You think this isn't worth to mix with dorbs? I forgot about the spellbook filtering issue. This is just what I'm trying to cook on, is to see, like, it's not that I have to do it. I just want to see if it makes things just so annoying that they're unworkable, or if it makes it like a refreshing, cute little break. Okay. What if we just... Am I willing to click the filter button once an hour? I click this once an hour. I'm scared to do it, because once I do it, if I do it one time and I don't like it, then I can't continue dorbing. We should try. Okay, let's... It's bad because no quest cape. Alright, like... I don't know. We should, like... Who knows? I already thought when I started Dorbs that it was going to be way too overwhelming, and now we have done so many side quests to get back quest cape. Yes, but then I'm undeath banking, and also I'm less incentivized to actually train construction. I should get the quest cape though. It's the quality of life is pretty important to doing generally anything, as evidenced by what we're trying to do right in this moment. Okay, but we're not talking about doing this for a month straight. I'm talking like 1 to 4 days of this until Huey returns to the online type thing. We're not talking like every. It's just for now. Let's try. Like, if, whatever. Worst case, it's really terrible. Yo? I don't even know. This one is Catherby, right? Oh, wow. Okay, I do know. What are the other ones? I always check, because I never use them. We're not doing any of those. Unless... Waterbirth through restock. Okay. Unless there's nothing here for me, right? For technology? No. Okay. Nothing immediately apparent. I don't need a fertile soil. We have that's solved. Okay. So this would be the tellies. Try. This run is definitely worse than the Cape, but let's try. Let's see what the technology is. If it keeps momentum going, then it is a win, even if it's awkward. Oof. Okay, so the Cape. God, it's so weird that that space is gonna be gone. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Okay, now we're gonna go get item. So we want, let's, we don't need a bag just yet. We want to go acquire something to plant. Okay. Yeah, so let's not do an every just yet. Let's do attempt a herb run. Hi. What is up? We are trying some technology. I'm trying to see if I can mix herb runs into Dorgishkan light orbs. After doing a lot of Dorgishkan light orbs. Technologia. I didn't want to disrupt the ratio of sand to seaweed. I was doing an 18-3 super glass make. But now I'm trying to see if we tolerate not that. Which would mean that I could undeath bank and that I could do herb runs. And probably also just not risk. Which the risk is very, very low. It's more about the supplies. It's really weird having all of these things too. Like, I've never had it configured like this. Okay, so what we would do is we would Catherby Telly, which is already an improvement on the usual. You're clearing your bag. Myth Steel. Might mind Sandstone. Yeah, I went to Zolcan. This how this started. Is the new quests came out. I can't equip my quest cape anymore, so I don't have a good, like, my best POH off normal spellbook is, I believe, currently Explorer's Ring. Hello! Welcome in, Raiders! What's up, weed lesbian? How's it going? Welcome to intergalactic levels of cookery. We're trying to figure out how to undeath bank during dorbs, which is famously not a thing we like to do, but it's gonna be, we're cooking. Always cooking. Oh, by the way, like, first YouTube video of all time is a fabulous Varlamore fletching method you should It is literally insane. So, surely you benefit from it. A fun fact, I was working on this video for a while, and I have been, like, backing stuff up. And I did not know that one of the things got published, like, without my knowledge. I was like, hey everybody, my first video is coming, and there's just this random VOD that is completely untouched that I put there for archival purposes that has just been sitting there published, available for people to see, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die, this is terrible. I said, well, okay, like, fate has decided for me, I will simply let it be out there. But yeah, what'd you get up to? You fletched? 99 fletching? Is that a recent exploit? Let's go. Number go up? But yeah, unfortunately, because they took my, what do you call it? Oh yeah, I mean, this is a method that really only shines post 99, to be fair. You've been doing temporas? Okay, so yeah, they took my quest cape away from me, so I felt incentivized to train construction, but then as soon as I was ready for construction, I said, what if we dorb and... Okay, yeah, so the other thing, the POH. I don't have to run it like this. There's an alternative, which I guess we're doing next time, apparently. Which is once I'm done, when I get into my house, I swap, because I can't cast spellbook swap, but like, let's say we go on to standards, and then I do my herb run like that. POH. So like the downside of this is I need to remember to swap back to lunars after, and then also I need to make sure I do my check boxes, because I have this filtered heavily. And I'm gonna need some help. I need to know how to filter my spellbook. Spellbook? I have every spellbook glassmake hidden. Yeah, so what I do is I have all these filters on where I don't have combat and tellies and magic, the other things on. But the thing is, currently, because now I am looking to do herb runs and need teleport to house, I'm carrying additional runes, which is proccing all of these to show up. So the place I would like to get to is disabling, like hiding these. So I have spellbook. And there's enable spell reordering. Does that also enable filtering? Or magic? What is... I've only used this once, and it was exactly to put Super Glassmake where it was. Is reordering. Hide Bake Pie. Hide Magic Imbue. Hide String Jewelry. Hide Humidify. Chambies and Shambles. Hog? Okay. Disable. So really when it says enable and disable, what it means is configure options for that. It doesn't actually disable it. That is not worded in a nice way. Okay, so if we... So this is the spellbook plugin, right? I think. Or is it built in? So we're gonna disable reordering. Okay. Okay, now, if I do this... Because the glassmake icon isn't in the middle. I moved mine to the left because that's where I was happy with having it. You moved it to the middle? Well... Alright, hear me out. Like, how extra would it be? This is 100% gonna screw me over later. But how extra would it be if we disabled all of... all of these and left... Do we leave Gather Bee up? So, okay, there's two things that are happening. One is... So I leave Dorgish Khan, right? I get on normal spellbook to do my herb run. And if we have glass make on, disabled literally everything but glass make. Yes, no, I understand. But what I'm doing today is trying to figure out how to set up for a herb run where I need to leave Dorgish Khan, go to my house via Explorer's Ring, and then swap onto the standard spellbook. And then I'm going to use the standard spellbook to get back to my house faster. Do you see? So I need to work around either filters, or I need to like filter out the spells that I don't want to cast. Then I'm gonna have to undo all of these things as soon as I stop doing this. So this is the cookery that is happening. Filter out the teleports. But I need Cather Bee Telly, and I need, like, literally... I need to go on standards. Like, where is POH Telly? Do you see what I mean? There's two things happening. There's the built-in spell filters, and then there's the manually disable spells thing. So if we show tellies... Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. It feels like a 3-year-old's toy. It's fine when it's just the one button, but when it's like this, it's so cursed. Disable all the non-Cather Bee ones? I think I will. Ugh. Okay. For science. Oh, that's... No! I hate it here. I would 100% use the rest of them. Well, I can't see which ones are even hidden at this point. This is so stupid. I would 100% use these, but just not during this. Okay, I don't even know anymore, so I'm just gonna, like, turn it off. Why is it so bad? Oh, I'm worried. I don't know what I've done. I broke it. Okay, everything is okay. Let's just... We can do this. This is a cooking stream, by the way. Like, this is what we are doing today, is trying to see if we can get this method online. Could I be doing the brand new quests and just, like, not have to deal with this? Yes, 100%. But, like... I want a dorb. Okay. Spell... filtering. All we're gonna do is hide all of these, so... Okay. These are all hidden, right? Unhide, unhide, unhide. It's not readily apparent to me that it is sort of faded out. we keep super glass make, and then we're gonna hide everything. To be honest, Caftelli is great, but I'm almost thinking of just hiding it. But let's just leave Caftelli up. Okay. Now if I disable this. Okay, it still wants to give me these utility combat spells, so we'll disable also Fishing Guild, which I missed, the potion ones, and Cure Other. So again, enable spell filtering and reordering. If I do filtering, Telegroup Fishing Guild. Yeah, there's a Fishing Guild telly. Absolutely. I'm filtering it right now. There we go. We're trying to set it up so that there is as few things to have to change when I leave to do a herb run. We set it up one time. Magic imbue. All right. Now, enable filters. Okay, here's what I think happens now. We have these two up. I can use the Caftelli on my run, and then when I'm done, I uncheck teleport, and we should be back to this. Then I don't have to uncheck every single thing, because what I've done is I've disabled all these anyways. We may have to do the same thing on normal spellbook as well. Okay. Okay, so here's the test, right? We're gonna go in. We're gonna now go fix normal spellbook. And then we won't have to run from this patch every time. I'll be able to use a teleport to house. It's more annoying for normals because you'd be more likely to use the tellies in the future. Yeah, we're gonna... This is... I don't know if I want to filter normals. I make very big use of all the lunar spells. I'm really into lunar spellbook. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I need to change it. Because me on a herb run, all I'm doing is passing through my house anyway. I heard it's cooking time. Hey, Moss. You don't get punished for misclicking on normals? Exactly. Yeah. Normals won't matter. We click the house, it's in the middle, brain happy. Hi, how do I explain this to you, what we were trying to do? I have... Someone shows up like... Okay, you got this, make a sentence. Recently, some new quests were added to the game, and since I did not finish those quests yet, I don't have access to a quest cape. Also, like, don't do this. You shouldn't run here. You should just go to your next patch. But my brain is brain go burr. Brain go burr. The new quests. So they take the quest cape away from me. My quest cape was my Amazon Basics construction cape, meaning it was the way that I got to my house somewhat fast. Since that got taken away from me, I can't use it anymore until I do those quests, but instead of doing those quests, we're doing completely different shit. If I had just gotten 99 construction, ha ha ha, then I wouldn't have to deal with that at all. So I set up to do 99 construction, and then I realized, wait, if I want to do herb runs during that, it's going to create a situation. And therefore, I am trying to figure out how to do herb runs during Dorgishkan light orbs so that we can leave the cave intermittently. I believe I have a way to do it, but we had to sort of manipulate a whole bunch of spellbook settings to make it not annoying to switch between the two. And I believe we are at the end of the setting manipulation part of it. So now this is where it gets awful. Who's ready for awfulness? It's not too late to turn back. We can still back out. Ready for awfulness? You can wear the Artie Clave to a +1. No, I am wearing full graceful, and I have room for Artie Cloak. Hi Sam, so remember how I keep saying how dorbs are really, really strict and I have to run an 18-3 and we can't ever have a looting bag with us? Today's the day. Today's the day we're like, what if instead... What if instead we ran a 12-2? We run a 12-2, and we bring a bag and we do herb runs during it. Also, I don't have a quest cape anymore, so now we have to use the explorer's ring. And also, I need to remember to get back on lunars before clicking the sphere, and that might be tricky. Oh god, it's the point of no return. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're back. Oh boy. Except I didn't want that yet. Lol. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're going to attempt safe dorbs. Basically safe dorbing. This is fine. Everything is fine. The main thing here is that we've reached a point where the sand is starting to annoy me. And therefore, like, it's time to send. You've been talking to Bob? You've been talking to Bob? You don't trust... Wait, are you talking about the cave goblins? Sam, that's not nice. This is really hard, by the way, for me. to do this differently after doing this like literally 25,000. Okay, okay, okay. It's okay. We're still okay. Okay. I sure hope I mathed the math correctly, or we're about to be in a problem land. This should work even if we rag with untradables. But we shouldn't need to rag with untradables. So yeah, an unfortunate thing is that I did equip the pendant rather than the fury. So that does screw us over somewhat. Okay, there's no turning back. Now I need to think about the seeds first before we actually bring any out. I'm just unimbuing the Berserker ring so I can get a full refund later. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I rag with Tome? Maybe. I guess we should bring these out. Lol. Okay, yeah. Should I just bring it all out and show you what I'm talking about? Or we just wait. Let's wait a minute while we need to math again. Because what's going to happen is at a certain point, we're not going to have room for the herbs. But we kind of will at the same time, in a weird way. So if we do it like this, we can just gradually rag, basically. I think that'll be a play. We're doing 12-2. Sorry to state the obvious, but math. If we were doing a 12-2 ratio, we can carry 3 more things. And we can put 2 more things in the bag. So actually I kind of don't. Yeah, so like hilariously, I could have like 3 moon pieces out right now, but I'm not going to do that. Wait, so is there anything we want to bag right now? Kind of no. What I'm trying to figure out is there now in this technology an optimal number of seeds to have in the box? Because I'm thinking we do an empty fill 2, I think. Right? 12-2? You picking up what I'm putting down? The cookery. What's rough with stuff like that is that if I start it and it doesn't work, we're cooked. So what do I bring? These. I already have some of these. Let's try this. What is the worst that could happen? Yeah, so we leave these seeds in. We leave this stuff in. Like, I can bring it out, but then it'll require a redo. But it is... We can also just see, too, if I screw this up and think that I forget that I am Death Bank. That's always a fun game. And so the technology. 12-2. But we still have too many. I do kind of want 3. So we want 3 placeholders. Chat, do we dorb with 3 moon loop half of keys in the inventory? Or unclear. I think that's what the kids call aura. Is that good? Surely aura is good. I think aura is good. You want big aura, right? I think so. You know what? It's time to find out. Oh, this is so stupid. Okay, amazing. This was not necessary. But now, I will say they're one hell of a placeholder. Okay, this is the technology. Oh my god. I'm actually really excited about this. I'm screenshotting this right now. Okay. So the technology is this. We are still on the lunar spellbook using our supplies that we have noted. And we are bringing runes so we can get to our house and stuff. And we can keep the arty cloak without having to reclaim it. Huge. Furthermore, we've also filtered the spellbook heavily to not make a bunch of shit appear. Now we go to Dorgishkhan. Now we have 2 stacks of seeds on us. These happen to be herbs I'm already have in bag, but I do have 2 spots in the bag. And this is the part where I'm scared, because this is going to be different from the 25,000 other times I've done it. But hear me out, right? 12 sand, fill seed box, 2 seaweed, No equipment screen required. Super glass make. Okay, we're gonna have to move a little bit. This is gonna be a bit weird, because I'm used to having more, but we... And then we dorb. Okay. Yeah, and then we do the same inventory setup that, like, the same tech at the machine. Why are you still dorbing? Well, I'm trying to figure out how to dorb and do herb runs, so that is today's project. And we totally can. I think this is gonna work. I think we're cooking. Why dorb and herb runs instead of sitting around in herb runs? Because seaweed is available.